Today we will talk about the normal and the standard normal distribution. The normal distribution, or sometimes called the Gaussian distribution, is defined as a continuous probability distribution characterized by its bell shape, which is symmetric around the mean. Since symmetric siya, ibig sabihin the mean, the median, and the mode are all equal and located at the center of the distribution. So doon sa shapes natin nung nakaraan, siya ay symmetric. So dapat yung tatlong measures of center niya, lahat located sa gitna. And they are all equal. And the normal distribution is defined by two parameters. The mean, which determines its center, and the standard deviation, which measures its spread. So makikita natin dito, nasaan ba yung gitna? Okay, yun yung mean natin. And gaano ba ka-spread? Or siya ba ay magkakadikit? Siya ba ay medyo maluwang yung curve natin? So yung standard deviation measures that. So we can say that the normal distribution is something like this. Okay? Kasi symmetric siya, and then yung mean median mode natin lahat nasa gitna. Now to test for normality, we have the Shapiro-Wilk test. Okay? Dito natin malalaman kung normal ba yung isang distribution. So here is an interactive normal distribution curve kung saan pinapakita niya what happens when the mean changes and the standard deviation changes. So let's say we have here a normal distribution with mean equal to 2 and standard deviation equal to 1. So kapag minove natin yung ating mean, as it increases, it moves to the right. And as it decreases, it moves to the left. While the standard deviation naman, kapag pinapalaki natin siya, nagiging flat yung ating siya, mas nagiging steep yung ating normal distribution. Etong green part naman na ito, let's say we have x sub 1 is equal to 2. Then our x sub 2 naman, okay, 2. Ang x sub 2 naman natin is, let's say, 4 or 3.5. Okay. Ibig sabihin ng green part na ito that from 2 to 3.5, this is the area or the proportion kung saan magfo-fall yung values natin from 2 to 3.5. Since we talk about the area or the chance kung saan magfo-fall yung ating values, okay, the empirical rule states that approximately daw 68% of the data values fall within one standard deviation of the mean, while approximately 95% of data values fall within two standard deviations from the mean. And approximately 99.7% of data values fall within 3 standard deviations of the mean. So this is an illustration of the empirical rule. So sinasabi lang niya, within this, one standard deviation from the mean, 68% daw ng data values natin nandyan na. Okay? While 95% falls within 2 standard deviations from the mean. And 99.7% falls within 3 standard deviations from the mean. Now, let's use the empirical rule to answer the following problems. The distribution of heights of grade 9 students in a certain school is normal, with mean equal to 150 cm and standard deviation equal to 3 cm. Let's find the proportion of the students who have a height between 147 cm and 153 cm. Also, the proportion of the students which height are greater than 144 cm. And the height that corresponds to the point where 2.5% of students are taller. So, isa-isahin natin. So the first question is, what proportion of the students have a height between 147 cm and 153 cm? So as you can see dito sa ating normal distribution, our mean is 150 Ang standard dev natin is 3. So 150 plus 3, 153. And 150 minus 3 is 147. Ibig sabihin, the 147 and the 153 falls within 1 standard deviations from the mean. At ano ang sinasabi ng ating empirical rule? The proportion daw of the values that fall within 1 standard deviation is 68%. Therefore, the answer is 68% of the heights fall within 147 cm and 153 cm. So that's how we use the empirical rule. Second question naman is what proportion of the students have a height greater than 144 cm? So as you can see in our normal distribution, ito yung hinahanap natin, proportion. Now, using the empirical rule, sabi natin, from here up to here, that is 1 standard deviation. Okay? So that is 68%. From here naman, up to here, that is 2 standard deviations from the mean. Therefore, mula dito hanggang dito, that is now 95% of the data values. However, yung proportion na hinahanap natin hanggang dito. Okay? So, kung 95 ito, ano yung naiwan? So, we have 100% minus 95%, we have 5%. Ibig sabihin, etong part na to papunta doon at etong part na to papunta doon, that is 5%. And since symmetric siya, dapat maghahati sila doon sa 5%. Okay? This one is 2.5% and this one is also 2.5%. At ano ba yung area na hinahanap natin or yung proportion na hinahanap natin? This one here. Up to dito na part. So kung from here up to here is 95% plus eto pang part na to which is 2.5%. Therefore, our final answer is 97.5%. Okay? So 97.5% is the proportion of students that have a height greater than 144 cm. And finally, what height corresponds to the point where 2.5% of students are taller? So ang hinahanap natin dito is, alam natin na this one, up to this one, that is now 95%. Okay? Ito naman, 2.5% at ito, 2.5%. Ang tinatanong niya, anong height daw yung nagko-correspond to the point where 2.5% of students are taller? At ito yung na part. Okay? Ito yung taller na 2.5%. At ano yung nagko-correspond na height doon? 156. That is 2 standard deviations from the mean. Therefore, the answer is 156 cm. Now, let's have another example. The distribution of scores of grade 9 students in a certain school is normal, with mean equal to 75 and standard deviation equal to 5. What proportion of the students scored between 70 and 80? What proportion of students scored less than 85? And what score corresponds to the point where 16% of students scored lower? Okay, isa-isahin natin. So what proportion of the students scored between 70 and 80? So if we draw the normal distribution, our mean is 75. So ang 1 standard deviation is 70 up to 80. Okay, so that is 1 standard deviation. Since 1 standard deviation, etong proportion na ito is equal to 68%. Next naman, we are looking at the proportion of the students that scored less than 85. So dito sa ating normal distribution, again, our mean is 75. Okay? 1 standard dev is 70, 2 standard dev is 65. Dito naman, 1 standard dev is 80, 2 standard dev is 85. Ito yung hinahanap natin. Pero sabi niya, less than. So, lahat ito hanggang dun sa pinaka dulo. Okay? So, sabi natin, ang ating 2 standard deviations from here up to here, that is equal to 95%. Okay? So, etong part na to at etong part na to, that is 2.5% sila pareho para ma-kompleto natin yung 100%. But since ang hinahanap nating area is etong part na to, hanggang doon sa dulo, okay, therefore, anong hinahanap nating proportion? We have 95% plus 2.5%. Therefore, ang sagot natin is 97.5% is the proportion of the students that is scored less than 85. And finally, what score corresponds to the point where 16% of students is scored lower? So, drawing ulit tayo ng ating normal distribution. Our mean is 75. So, 1 standard dev is 70, 2 standard dev is 65. 1 standard dev is 80, and 2 standard dev is 85. So, sinasabi niya, 16% of the students daw is scored lower. So, if you look at the 16%, ano ba yung 16% na yan? Ito yung isang side lang. Okay? Since lower siya, dito sa side na to yung hinahanap niya. Okay? Since symmetric siya, ibig sabihin, meron pang another 16% dito sa kabila. And 16 plus 16 is equal to 32%. Ano ang connection ng 32% na yan sa ating normal distribution? If you can recall, the proportion of data values that fall within 1 standard deviation from the mean is 68%. And if you add this, that is 100%. Ibig sabihin, eto palang part na to, up to dito, kasi 1 standard deviation from the mean yan, that is 68%. At etong part na to, eto yung 16%, at etong part na to, that is the other 16%. Pero ano yung hinahanap natin? The score that corresponds to the point where 16% of the students is scored lower. So, ang hinahanap natin na part is ito. Okay? Kung saan 16% of the students is scored lower. And what point corresponds to that? 70. Okay, so our answer is 70. In our normal distribution, sabi natin kanina, yung gitna natin is the mean. Then, we have 1 standard dev, 2 standard dev, 3 standard dev to the right. Then, negative 1 standard dev, negative 2 standard dev, negative 3 standard dev to the left. So, what if yung mean natin is equal to 0 and yung standard deviation natin is equal to 1? So, magiging ganito yung ating distribution. Our mean now is 0, and our standard deviation is equal to 1. So, 1 times 1, 2 times 1, 3 times 1. Dito naman, negative 1 times 1, negative 2 times 1, negative 3 times 1. This distribution now is a special case of the normal distribution, and we call it as the standard normal distribution. The standard normal distribution is just a special case of the normal distribution where our mean is equal to 0 and our standard deviation is equal to 1. So, bakit nga ba meron tayong standard normal distribution? Para saan ba ito? This is used to standardize scores from any normal distribution, allowing for easier comparison and analysis. For example, meron kayong dalawang subject, tapos you want to know saan kayo nag-score higher. Magkaiba naman yung number of items. Let's say sa math, you have 50 items. Doon naman sa stat, you have 100 items. So, saan kaya doon yung mas mataas yung nakuha mo? In relation to all of your classmates. Baka mas mataas ka naman sa math, yung score mo, pero magkakadikit lang naman yung score ninyong magkakaklase. Or, medyo mababa ka sa stat, pero kung titignan mo, yung ibang kaklase mo pala, sobrang baba nung nakuha nila. Or baka naman sobrang taas nung nakuha nila. Okay? So, dito ngayon pumapasok yung standard normal distribution para malaman mo saan yung score mo na better, sa math ba or doon sa stat, na magkaiba yung number of items. And para magawa mo yon, kailangan mong i-change yung score mo into what we call a z-score. The z-score indicates how many standard deviations a data point is from the mean. So sa mga susunod na lesson, we will tackle how to standardize the scores, no? How to use the z-score, and how to find the proportion using naman the standard normal distribution.